Please be seated. What a glorious day. My name is Henry, and I have the honor of serving as the Dean of Vanderbilt Law School. On behalf of the law school, I'm honored to welcome our faculty, our staff, our graduates, and their guests to our commencement celebration. This is a joyous. Today we celebrate you. Graduation is the finest and we celebrate your you have earned this celebration. But you owe a debt of gratitude to those who helped make it possible for you to be in these seats on this special day. For extraordinary teaching, mentoring, will you please join me in thanking our incomparable faculty? For the many ways in which they have shaped your law school experience, will you please join me in thanking our devoted law school staff members? And finally, and most importantly, you are here today because of the support you have received from parents, grandparents, siblings, spouses, significant others, children, friends, and other family members. Will you please join me in recognizing them? You entered the law school with stellar academic credentials, a broad range of talents, and diverse backgrounds. During your time with us, you have grown in profound ways that you do not yet fully appreciate. While here, you have developed and sharpened a set of skills that will distinguish you from those without legal training. Specifically, your Vanderbilt legal education has taught you how to think in an analytical and ordered way, introduced you to legal vocabulary, doctrine, and institutions, emphasized the importance of using facts to make arguments, helped you develop the capacity to speak in a clear, concise, and authoritative manner, honed your skills to enable you to explain and persuade in writing that few others can, enhanced your ability to anticipate, understand, respect, and challenge the perspectives of others, endowed you with keen insight into how to design and manage processes, provided you with a methodology for solving problems, and prepared you to lead. And as lawyers, you are likely to lead. Lawyers make up only 0.2% of the population, but lawyers account for half of all American presidents, half of all governors, and more than 20% of C suite executives in Fortune 50 companies. But I want to focus my brief remarks this morning on a skill that is missing from this list, a skill that will facilitate your professional success, your personal relationships, and your civic engagement: listening. To be sure, some of you developed this skill in a legal clinic or a specialized elective, but I think it's fair to say that we haven't done as much as we might have to help you. I can't remedy this in the 5 minutes I have remaining at the mic, but with apologies for being a bit pedantic and paternalistic, I want to put you on the importance of cultivating your ability to listen. Now, for clarity, I'm not talking about the physiological process of hearing, nor am I talking about the listening we lawyers do solely for purposes of formulating compelling counterarguments. Instead, I'm talking about the cognitive, affective, and behavioral process of adopting an open, curious, and non judgmental mindset, listening attentively with both ears and eyes, and demonstrating to the speaker that we understand, or at least that we are trying to understand, what the speaker is conveying. Developing this skill is in your self interest because it will provide personal and professional benefits. Research shows that good listening builds trust and intimacy, enhances relationships, improves the functioning of organizations, and is positively associated with higher income. You will regret many things you say in life, but you are unlikely to regret listening. But I want to urge you to focus on listening not only because it is in your self interest, but also because it is in our society's interest. Today, as we all know, our society is deeply polarized. Research shows that good listening is depolarizing. More specifically, speakers who feel they have been heard grow less attached to their viewpoints, feel more open to adjusting their views, and sense that they have more in common with the listener. Now, I am sure that you, like me, hold at least a handful of deeply held beliefs on hotly contested matters of public policy. In some cases, you may feel so strongly that you don't think you have any choice but to hold the position you hold. Indeed, some of your views may feel like they're genetically programmed rather than a matter of choice. This feeling means that when you encounter someone who disagrees with you, you instinctively feel a bit baffled. How, you wonder, could that person possibly believe X when you know that the right answer is not X? In this moment, I urge you to resist the almost irresistible temptation to dismiss the other person as naive or misguided or somehow lesser. Instead, use this moment as an opportunity to engage in deep listening, to suspend your judgment, to cultivate your curiosity, to pay attention, and to learn. When you do, you might be surprised by what you discover about the issue. You might develop a newfound respect for the other person's point of view, and you might feel a deeper human connection with one another. By engaging in this way with those with whom you disagree, you will play a part in reducing the polarization that plagues us. And this is consistent with your ethical obligations as a lawyer. The preamble to the model rules of professional conduct famously calls for zealous representation of clients, but it also directs lawyers to take responsibility for preserving our democracy. You leave here with the credentials, talent, and training to do anything. Whatever you choose to do, we will cheer you on and we will celebrate the many contributions we know you will make to our society. Thank you and congratulations. Every year, the law school invites the graduating students to select their commencement speaker from among eligible Vanderbilt Law School faculty. I am delighted that your classes have selected Rebecca Allensworth to deliver this year's commencement address. Professor Allensworth is the Daniels Allen Distinguished Chair of Law and also our Associate Dean for Research. She holds a bachelor's degree in English from Yale, an MPhil in American Literature from Cambridge, and a JD, which she received magna cum laude from Harvard Law School. She is one of the country's leading antitrust law scholars, and she has won the law school's Paul Hartman Outstanding Professor Award 5 times. Will you please join me in welcoming your commencement speaker, Professor Rebecca Allensworth?
Yeah, and that's 6 times, so that's old information. When I found out I was selected by the graduating class to give this commencement address, I was very flattered. And I thought, if I'm being honest, that I was a good pick for the job. I love teaching, I love my students, you guys, and I have a resume that would impress any parent. Okay? I went to Yale and Cambridge, and you just heard this, so I won't go through it again. Um, and I came to Vanderbilt more than a decade ago. I actually think during the last cicada outbreak. But when I sat down to write this speech, I realized I had a problem. See, there's something I hope people don't notice when you hear that short version of my resume, and that is my total lack of any practical legal experience. I didn't take the bar, any bar, until I had been teaching here for 7 years. Since that time, I've handled exactly 2 matters. You don't know how much you don't know until you sit down to write a commencement speech in a profession you've never practiced in. But okay, I can fix this. I went to law school. I know a lot of lawyers. I'm married to one. So I asked them, what's the one thing you wish you had known when you graduated from law school? Here is what some of them said. One of my colleagues told me he learned the hard way you can be proactive about what you work on as a lawyer, even at a firm. He said, coming from a background of blue collar jobs on farms, in factories, in restaurant kitchens, in call centers, I had no idea you didn't just have to get an assignment and then do what you're told. Savvier attorneys were much more proactive than I was about asking to be assigned to a good opportunity, about spotting cases and asking to be assigned to them. Meanwhile, I was just plugging along, getting assigned and reassigned, happily tackling whatever I happened to get put on. In retrospect, those attorneys were progressing professionally at a rate at least twice as fast as I was. Oops, he said. My husband, a public defender, said no one told him that the facts of your case don't walk through the front door. There are no facts section until you make it for yourself. You have to investigate. You have to ask questions of your clients, of experts, and sometimes you have to go down to Metro Impound Lot and look for yourself if the bullet came out of the trunk or went into the trunk. Things like that can matter a lot. One lawyer said he wished he knew that grades matter. Oh, it's too late for that. Sorry. Okay. A recent graduate of this law school who's working at the DOJ said he wanted you to know that you shouldn't be afraid to speak up. He said, if you think your question or approach to a problem is stupid or too basic, you'd be surprised how often your perspective is in fact unique and helpful. Your inexperience is an asset. Not knowing what you don't know means you don't have blinders on. Not all the responses I got were uplifting. My best friend, a solo practitioner, responded to my text by saying, "Might not be in the right headspace for this project right now. Everything I think of is a bit scary. Like, OMG, being a lawyer is so much expletive, responsibility, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. No one told me that." So there, I've imparted some wisdom that I don't have professionally about the real life practice of law. And if one of those things is all you remember from this speech, then I feel like I've succeeded. I've taught you one more thing when you're halfway out the door. Remember, angle for interesting work, find the facts, ask the question you think might be too dumb, and when all this angling and finding and questioning feels overwhelming, and you feel the crushing weight, as my friend does, of being responsible for the fate of your clients, know that you're in good company, and it's only because you care about doing a good job. But if you've been paying attention, then you'll see we have, or really you have, an even bigger problem in this commencement speech. Because I'm not the only one on this faculty with a resume that's, shall we say, light on practice experience. It's not true that everyone has as little as I do, and I'm certainly not talking about our clinical faculty. But really, most of us are better known for our scholarly pursuits than our performance in a boardroom or a courtroom. And we are the ones who have taught you what you think you know so far. This is you realizing how much you don't know about what you don't know about the practice of law. And here at this juncture in my commencement speech, I have a couple of options. The first would be to reassure you about this state of affairs, to say that learning from the best of the best academics in the field, you have learned to think more deeply and critically about the law, that we have trained you in valuable book smarts, like legal reasoning and writing. That's fine, and maybe even some of it's true, but we both know that most of it is self-serving justifications that I tell myself so I can cash my paychecks. The other option is to give you some advice for how to fill the inevitable gaps in your legal education. And this time, I will be speaking from firsthand experience. Because just like you, I did not learn how to be a professor in my job. They don't teach, I mean, at law school, they don't teach you that in law school. That I had to learn after in the real world. And yes, a law school is part of the real world. My first piece of advice is to find people whose work you admire, who seem to be doing well and having fun too. Watch what they do. What are their habits? How do they break down a big task into doable pieces? How do they take disappointing news? Emulate them with your own spin. Every time I teach a class, my contracts professor, Elizabeth Warren, is in the room with me. Every time I write something, Richard Posner is looking over my shoulder. And every time I have an idea for a new direction for my research or a challenge in my administrative job, you better believe I'm in Ed Chang's office. A second piece of advice is to do as many new things as you can. You cannot merely learn by watching. You have to get your hands dirty, take criticism, learn sometimes the hard way. It takes a long time to master something. And then when you feel like you have, guess what? It's time to try something new. Have a shark mind, always moving. For some of you, this will mean changing jobs. Don't be afraid of that. For others, like me, it's about taking new challenges within the same job. About a decade into writing law review articles, I changed genres and wrote a piece of journalism and a book for a popular audience. Last year, I started a new administrative role here at the law school with a steep learning curve. Each new thing I tried took me out of my comfort zone to a place where I was learning again. Finally, and this is the piece of advice that is perhaps the most counterintuitive to hear on the day that you graduate from law school, but I advise you to teach. It won't take long before you're senior to at least someone at work. Be that mentor whose advice you relied on. Volunteer to present at conferences on a topic you care about that interests you. Ask to do new attorney trainings at work. It wasn't until I taught antitrust for 5 years that I felt like I could handle the law. And after that, it was only when I started doing a lot of interviews with the media, which, if you think about it, is a kind of teaching, that I understood the competitive landscape of digital markets and the current political movement to bring them under control. Actually, when you think about this advice, watch and emulate the best lawyers, do many new things, have a sharp mind, and teach when you can. It has a long pedigree in professional education. It is basically watch one, do one, teach one, the way medicine is taught to new doctors. Of these three, there is, of course, a special place in my heart for teaching. Because this I can tell you from firsthand experience, you don't know how much you don't know until you teach. And that's not a bad thing. In fact, I can honestly say that not knowing things is the root of my professional happiness because it gives me room to grow. So I'll close with this. May your legal education never be complete.
Thank you, six-time Hall Hartman Award winner, Professor Allensworth. We now turn to the highlight of our time together, the conferral of degrees. On behalf of the Chancellor, I'm happy to confer degrees on all of our graduates, and I invite Dean Stu Kay, a member of the Vanderbilt Law School class of 1979, to recognize each of our graduates individually. Dean Kay.
Thank you. We are here today to recognize and honor all of these graduates who have earned their Doctor of Jurisprudence or Master of Laws degree from Vanderbilt Law School. All these graduates should be proud of what they've accomplished. But before recognizing each member of the graduating class, it is my privilege to announce the recipients of three of the distinguished awards and honors awarded by the law school. The complete list of awards is in today's university commencement program, which is online, and I urge you to read through that as well. I would ask that each recipient stand when their name is called and remain standing until all recipients have been recognized. The Founders Medal is awarded to the student in the graduating class who has attained the highest grade point average, awarded earlier this morning in the University Commencement to Robert Christian Dunn. The Weldon B. White Prize is awarded to the graduating JD student judged to have submitted the best research paper. The recipient is Betsy Ann Sugar. And finally, the Bennett Douglas Bell Memorial Prize, which is awarded to the graduating student who is not only well versed in the law, but who, in the words of the benefactor, would strive to do justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with God, as did the one in whose memory the prize is given and whose name it bears, Bennett Douglas Bell. This is the only award whose recipient is chosen by the vote of the entire law school faculty, and the recipient is Ashley Rebecca Fox. We will now individually honor the class of 2024. Will the first row of graduates please stand and come forward as directed? You. Lana. The following student will be hooded by the Cornelius Vanderbilt Chair, Professor of Law and Economics, Joni Hirsch, and he is a recipient of the Doctor of Jurisprudence and PhD in Law and Economics, Fernando Mendoza Lopez, from Saltillo, Mexico. The title of his dissertation is Barriers to Entry for Women and Minority-Owned Businesses in Government Contracting. The following student will also be receiving the Doctor of Jurisprudence and PhD in Law and Economics, and will be hooded by Professor Jennifer Bennett Chenal. John C. Roberts from San Antonio, Texas. The title of his dissertation is The Efficacy of Risk Assessment Instruments in Juvenile Pretrial Detention. The following students will be receiving the Master of Laws degree. Elijah Bellman from Nashville, Tennessee. Natalia Davis from Lviv, Ukraine. Theophilus Matabuchi Evan from Abakalele, Nigeria. Yihang Hao from Shanghai, China. Si-Won Kim from Seoul, Republic of Korea. Anran Li from Zibo, China. Jiying Liang from Foshan, China. Haifeng Lin from Zhenjiang, China. Hélène Caroline Emmanuelle Mireya from Paris, France. Hong Cheng Pan from Nanning, China. Venkata Hemanth Kumar Yadav Pathula from Hyderabad, India. Basit Kolapo Saka from Lagos, Nigeria. Jinyi Xu from Zhejiang, China. Ruyan Wang from Shanghai, China. Rui Ying Yang from Xi'an, China. EU Yuan from Wuhan, China. Jingzhe Zhang from Shanghai, China. Zhanlin Zhao from Ningbo, China. Mingran Zhao from Chengdu, China. and Zhaoqi Zhu from Shenzhen, China. And Zhiling Mu. From Linzhou, China. The following student will be receiving the Master of Business Administration and Doctor of Jurisprudence degree. John Lewis Ferguson III from Nashville, Tennessee. The following students will be receiving the Master of Science in Finance and Doctor of Jurisprudence degree. Luis Anabel Avias Gonzalez from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Catherine Ann Fish from Englewood, Colorado. Eliza Monique Payen from Boca Raton, Florida. Timoteo Julian Lesperance from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Tiffany J. Thomas from Los Angeles, California. The following students will be receiving the Doctor of Jurisprudence degree. Blake Stern Adler from Miami, Florida. Bharath Krishna Amasetti from Pikeville, Kentucky. Sabrina Isabel Apple from Coral Gables, Florida. Kaylee Paige Baker from Flagstaff, Arizona. Nicholas J. Bartlett from Janesville, Wisconsin. Mary Catherine Basso from Owasso, Michigan. Jared Solomon Bauman from Rockville, Maryland. Hala H. Bazaz from Irvine, California. Isabel Vilas Boas Benincasa Reed from Brooklyn, New York. Michael J. Bennett from Kingsport, Tennessee. Hunter Ty Berry from Harlem, Georgia. Danielle G. Bigger from Bellevue, Washington. Robert Oliver Binkowski from Toronto, Canada. Jill Elizabeth Boggs from Jacksonville, Florida. Benjamin Chase Bradford from Nashville, Tennessee. Austin Wade Brandenburg from Cincinnati, Ohio. Jacob Richard Brandis from Chappaqua, New York. Darian Brown from Chicago, Illinois. Richard Vandiver Buchanan Jr. from Huntsville, Alabama. Samuel Clayton Carey from Nashville, Tennessee. Megan Catherine Chambers from Virginia Beach, Virginia. John Alexander Churchwell from Nashville, Tennessee. Kevin Seaback from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Anna Ray Copeland from Mount Desert, Maine. Walton M. Corey from Dallas, Texas. Andrew Jeffrey Coyner from Hinsdale, Illinois. Grace Ann Crow from Maumelle, Arkansas. Micheline Deek from Amman, Jordan. Catherine L. Dobson from Pipe Creek, Texas. Evan R. Donaldson from Hinsdale, Illinois. Christine K. Dorsey from Louisville, Kentucky. Fallon D. Dunkelberger from Las Vegas, Nevada. Robert Christian Dunn from Columbus, Ohio. Isaac E. Elkin from Yardley, Pennsylvania. Andrew Elsakar from Germantown, Tennessee. Ryan R. Elson from Los Altos Hills, California. Kerrigan Elise English from Bossier City, Louisiana. The following student will be hooded by Vanderbilt University Board of Trust member Lawrence Epstein. Jacob Kenneth Epstein from Las Vegas, Nevada. Jacob Duke Ostroff from Marietta, Georgia. Skylar Marie Ferris from Houston, Texas. Leah R. Field from Demarest, New Jersey. Ashley Rebecca Fox from Nashville, Tennessee. Jerome L. Fuller III from Northampton, New Hampshire. Michael Funari from Boca Raton, Florida. Stephen M. Galloway from Columbus, Georgia. Natalie Sophia Garcia from Riverside, California. Catherine Diane Garner from Pontotoc, Mississippi. Ariel S. Goldfine from Scottsdale, Arizona. Tyler Greek from Melbourne, Florida. Joseph Gromatsky from Austin, Texas. Raga Gupta from Plainsboro, New Jersey. Lindsay Ella Mae Hardy from Nashville, Tennessee. Emma M. Harrison from Morgantown, West Virginia. Sally Ann Hatfield from Cincinnati, Ohio. Dylan Allen Hayes from New Boston, Michigan. Ellen Elizabeth Hill from Nashville, Tennessee. Andrew D. Hodlin from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Andrew Timothy Holt from Knoxville, Tennessee. Wesley C. Hook from West Olive, Michigan. Madison Christine Leela Hoover from Columbia, South Carolina. Jesser T. Horowitz from Mount Kisco, New York. Jonathan Yusum Hung from Plano, Texas. Xavier W. Jackson from McKinney, Texas. Kiana Robin Jansen from Nashville, Tennessee. Yesenia Leticia Jimenez from West Bloomfield, Michigan. Jonna Latoria Jones from Nolensville, Tennessee. Joseph Michael Kamer Jr. from Lexington, Kentucky. Angela Catherine Karras from Rochester, New York. Mary Elizabeth Kavalowski from Santa Ynez, California. Madeline S. Knight from Knoxville, Tennessee. Evelina Juliette Comray from Fullerton, California. Michael Warren Krupka from Rogers, Arkansas. Taylor Breeze Lawing from Charlotte, North Carolina. Joshua V. Lady from Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina. Joseph L. Levy from Chicago, Illinois. Nicholas H. Lipcon from Miami, Florida. Hunter Latirio from West Newbury, Massachusetts. James Curran Lucas from Waxhaw, North Carolina. Mary Olivia Moss from San Diego, California. Zobede B. Malakpa from Toledo, Ohio. Chase Garrett Mays from Olathe, Kansas. Lucy Lee McAfee from Mount Washington, Kentucky. Gabrielle Marie McLymont from Laurel Hollow, New York. Jonathan Theodore Meyer from McLean, Virginia. Grant Lawrence Miller from Rockwall, Texas. Jackson James Miner from Mesa, Arizona. Madeline Margaret Moriarty from Terrace Park, Ohio. Brady Delane Morris from Rochester, Minnesota. James Edward Myers, Kentucky. Mackenzie Lee Nalos from Oakland, Florida. Sanika Nanda from St. Louis, Missouri. Samuel James Newmeyer from Trapp, Maryland. Jacqueline Marie Knoll from Zionsville, Indiana. Zachary Ronald Orr from Nashville, Tennessee. Alyssa K. Osberg from Gainesville, Florida. Amber May Otto from Dallas, Texas. Samantha L. Paradella from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Alexa Hayden Payne from Chino Hills, California. Morgan Ellis Peck from Hunt Valley, Maryland. Madison Theobald Perry from Huntington, West Virginia. Drew P. Pierce from Kingsport, Tennessee. Kathleen Macaulay Porter from Claremont, California. Madison Grace Carol Porth from Springfield, Missouri. Stefan Adrian Krusman from Henrico, Virginia. Connor A. Rasmussen from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Stephen B. Reisner from Atlanta, Georgia. Vivian Wren from Twinsburg, Ohio. Taylor C. Robbins from Nashville, Tennessee. Mary Michael Robertson from Hurt, Virginia. Naomi Rosenmoss from San Francisco, California. Bradley T. Rossiter from Corpus Christi, Texas. Lillian Herndon Rucker from Mountain Brook, Alabama. Jorge Andres Salas Diaz from Guatemala City, Guatemala. Morgan Elizabeth Scott from Scituate, Massachusetts. Brianne Nicole Seberg from Tampa, Florida. Alyssa Sellover from Colusa, California. Samantha V. Shah from Surat, India. Kathleen Elizabeth Sharkey from Troy, Michigan. Emma H. Shuck from Londonderry, New Hampshire. Kaylin Helene Sienna from Chester Springs, Pennsylvania. Gabrielle Lee Sopan from Brooklyn, New York. Karen Nunn Song from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Divya Sriram from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Luke R. Stauffer from Nashville, Tennessee. Andrea Fuel Steiner from Chappaqua, New York. Joshua Stotsky from Coral Gables, Florida. Juliana Lee Strobing from Henrico, Virginia. Grace Sue from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Betsy Ann Sugar from Salinas, California. Grayson C. Sumter from Rockwall, Texas. Cole Keller Swafield from Knoxville, Tennessee. Maya Lindsay Thomas from Baldwin, New York. Peyton N. Thomas from Vienna, Virginia. Madeline Claire Thompson from Nashville, Tennessee. Philip Merrick Thompson from Los Angeles, California. J. B. Thornhill from Winter Haven, Florida. Patience Tyne from Caldwell, New Jersey. Rafaela Valderrama from Doral, Florida. Jared N. Vandeventer from Bristol, Virginia. Joseph George Vediuncle from Henderson, Kentucky. Rachel M. Wagner from Brighton, Michigan. Thayer Storm Walmsley from Baytown, Texas. Ellen Vaughn Ward from Falls Church, Virginia. John Calhoun Weber from Memphis, Tennessee. Emma Ruth White from Bluffton, South Carolina. Bianca Sonia Week from Denver, Colorado. Joshua Wolf from Old Westbury, New York. Natalia Imani Wurst, Virginia. Alan F. Yanez from Austin, Texas. Charlotte Albright Yates from Pompton Lakes, New Jersey. Haonan Zhu from Shanghai, China. Hannah Y. Zhuang from Staten Island, New York. I also want to apologize for saying the wrong name. It's David Allen Hayes. My apologies to him. The following student received the Doctor of Jurisprudence degree in December 2023, Sidney Michael from Dallas, Texas. And we would like to take time to recognize the following students who are not in attendance today. Meo Chan Chen, Timon, Timon Arthur Kuzmarowitz, Daniel Kopowitz, Anita Dion Mills, Victoria Adele Schmidt, Lydia Grace Weinhold, Yangji Zhang, Daniel Victors, and Yongjai Shu. Vanderbilt University Law School's class of 2024. And now we'd like to invite everybody to join us for champagne or other drinks in the tent to my right, your left. Thank you.